care of me if they would, but I'm going to talk to my guest here now. This is Rachel Helson.
Hi.
And Peter Lewis.
Hello.
Now, I'm very excited for this because I wish we had more time, but real quickly, guys, you've got a new web series coming out. It's called stalkTALK.
Yes.
And Rachel, now, I want to tell you a little bit about Rachel first. Rachel was the youngest person to ever be nominated for a Tony at 20 years old when she produced a play. What play was it you were nominated for?
It was called Reasons to be Pretty by Neil LaBute.
And you were nominated for a Tony at 20.
I was. It was very exciting.
Very exciting.
Surreal.
Peter Lewis, to his credit, what an accomplished actor. For those of us who watch a lot of television or love movies, if you're a movie lover, then you'll be familiar with a lot of the shows that he's been in. Peter, just tell us a little bit, brag a little bit on yourself.
Oh, boy.
And tell us about some of the things you've been in.
Well, most recently Stone, which starred Robert De Niro and Edward Norton, and I had a few lovely scenes with Mr. De Niro, which was a dream come true. Diane Lane came through recently with Secretariat. I did a film with her called Untouchable, a role which I played her boss opposite her. And I've done a lot of television that I'm sure folks would be familiar with, like 30 Rock and Law and Order and Mad Men recently, things of that nature. So I come from the theater, though, and I love the theater, and like any actor, I'm just happy to work.
Well, you know, I'm just happy to have a guy from Louisville, from this area, succeed and do so well. Because
thank you.
I looked at your background. Not only did you go to Yale, but
Right.
you also went to Westport High School. You talk about two sides of the spectrum there.
Yeah, right.
And you did a little training in Clarksville as well, right?
Well, gosh, yes, I did. I cut my teeth here in Louisville, Clarksville Little Theater and University of Louisville. Paul Lindsay and Geraldine Snyder gave me my early, they were really generous to me, and I worked with them a couple of years, Blue Apple Players, working with kids, and I have fond memories of working with those guys. And yeah, Louisville's my hometown. This is my father would say, is my stomping ground. and I love coming home, and my family's still here, and you know, it's just great to be back.
Well, it's good to have both of you back for the holidays. Now, Rachel, this is a very exciting project, folks. Rachel, if you would, tell us a little bit about stalkTALK and how folks can actually watch it.
Sure. stalkTALK is a creation of mine. It's a new web comedy. It's about a rehab group for B-list celebrity stalkers.
Now, that's funny in itself. When you say B-list, tell us about some of the actors you're referring to.
Well, I mean, not to offend anyone, but Chuck Norris, David Hasselhoff.
The Hoff.
The Hoff. Peter stalks the Hoff.
I stalk the Hoff.
Do you really? Who do you stalk?
I stalk Larry David, and I have this awesome unibrow and like braids around my head, huge
You wouldn't
glasses.
recognize her. You would not recognize her.
My name's Florence Mueller on the show.
It's an interesting concept, and I would think someone. What do you aspire this to do? Obviously, now it's a web series. Would you like to make maybe a miniseries on television, or what do you want this to actually become?
Oh gosh, well, what a question. You know, the world of new media is very exciting,
Sure.
and it's great because you can produce content that's very high quality for low cost and distribute it. The last month, the most watched web series was The Annoying Orange, and it reached 64 million unique viewers.
Wow.
And you know, as an artist and as a creator and an actor, that's the goal, is to reach an audience.
Sure.
And if it went to television, you know, I wouldn't be upset about it.
No, but you're exactly right. You know, The Annoying Orange, I'm familiar with that because I have two boys. And of course they show me that. If you have not seen The Annoying Orange, you've got to watch that on YouTube. Okay, now, you mentioned to me before we started, you said that you wrapped yesterday. So the project, now it goes to the editing room.
Yes.
When can people catch this on their computer?
At the end of January. We launch in late January. It'll be at stalktalk.org, so look for us. God, the pilot comes out so soon. We start editing today, and you'll be able to see the trailer online sooner than that.
Right.
Now, I'm curious, Rachel, and Peter, help us out here. If someone here in Louisville, and my son is an actor, or he aspires to be an actor, not yet, he's going to college, but if someone would like to get involved with a project like this, what would you recommend to them? How would they get involved? Because this is all really exciting for Louisville, and I think Louisville more and more is becoming a place where people like you, Rachel, and people like you, Peter, say, hey, I can work here.
Right.
You know, good things can happen here. So how would you encourage or what would you tell someone, some advice to how they can get involved here in Louisville?
Well, gosh, I mean, there's a lot of amazing talent here in Louisville, which is why we decided to come back here. Stephen Curtis, who's our director of photography, is like a local treasure, and if you don't know him, you should. And what I would say is start creating your own projects, because that's really what I do and how I've kind of made my career happen.
Yeah.
And it's very possible.
And it's great. That's a great thing about new media is that all you need is a computer and a camera and an idea, and you can start from the ground up. And so many things are being thrown onto YouTube, and then become viral, and it's a whole new area that the industry knows is going to be vital, that's going to be valuable, that's going to be huge, and it's just starting. They haven't quite figured out what to do with it yet, which is why Rachel's so smart in conceiving, co-writing, producing, and acting in this project, getting it going.
Rachel, you're ahead of the curve, but you're right. All indicators are that it's just going to get bigger. You know, as computers blow up, and this type of movie will be web series, as you call it, will become more and more common. Although nothing's going to be as good as this one, right?
Exactly. You're about to see the most phenomenal, funniest web series that has ever occurred.
Web series in the history of webisodes.
Exactly. Funny, you haven't seen Funny until you've seen stalkTALK.
Well, guys, thank you so much. Please keep us posted. Will you come back on the show and tell us how it goes?
Absolutely.
All right. Peter, Rachel, thank you so much.
Yeah.
We'll be right back live.